Recreation Committee, Kelli Hoover and Aaron Dimick. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having us. Yeah, we're friends. We're with friends. We like to be here. So, yeah.
And you're Friends of Recreation.
We are. I
That's
love
correct.
recreation, as we all know. But and Aaron and I have worked together a lot on with different parks projects, and now we're into the ballot proposal for Friends of Recreation.
So, Aaron, what is the rec millage?
Yeah, so it's going to appear on ballots more as a Jackson Public Schools millage, just how it's arranged. We're kind of generically calling it the Jackson Recreation millage. And really what it is it's something where there is a millage for people who live within the Jackson Public Schools district. So it's just not for people within the city limits, it's also people in the entire district. So there is a millage that's existed since 1960. It's been approved every 10 years by voters, and the money collected from that millage goes to offset the cost of programs, so it makes programs affordable for kids and seniors in the Jackson area.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 42 years old now, but I remember participating in the football, soccer, basketball, just like the kids are doing now. But the price tag on those programs, I think, Bart, maybe it was $10 or $15 just to be able to have a season of soccer. It's unbelievable. And that's really what offsets that cost.
Well, I think that's the important thing, right? And I think that's the important opportunity Jackson has to provide for Jackson. I think the things I love about the millage are a lot of different things, but mostly that it makes the field completely equal. Everybody participates at the same rate for the same money, sometimes free, depending on the program, or a nominal fee. It's not very much comparison to other communities. And that's what's really great about this recreation millage. I think it's important, one, that we provide for our youth. It also provides, so it's basically under 18, all our programs under 18. That's football, soccer, daddy-daughter dances, the King Center, the Booze Center activities. It also provides for over 50, which is our Active Jackson program with Julie Weisbrod, who does an amazing job with that program and opportunities. I think one of the best things, it kind of is a big circle, and we pay local high school and college students to work in these programs, and the money goes right back into the community. I can't find another millage program type of thing that gets the most money out of it that we use, and also back into the community right away and paying for staff. I think this is important. Oh my gosh, I love all these pictures.
The old soccer pictures, no matter what.
Oh, yes. And so the one up on the right, sorry to interrupt, is Rob Dillon. He is a coach at Jackson High School. That's his dad on the top, and his mom who coached his soccer team. I think he's
in the middle. And he looks exactly the same.
It looks exactly the same. Right there is what's great, right? It's multi-generational. Either like yourself and your brother that worked in the program growing up. As how I first met you guys, is participating and working in the programs.
Yeah.
That's what I think is so important. We are going to be offering, and we're coming back into swim lessons. I just wanted to say that I saw that we'll be offering swim lessons this spring. I think the multitude of opportunities for everybody, doesn't matter what school you go to in the district, you are participating in these leagues and programs. And that's what I think is super, super important. I think, oh my gosh, there's my guys. That's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh my God.
But I know those two. Yeah, I know. And now they can vote on this, so we're really excited. But I think that this is what I love about Jackson. And I think what you're looking at is 37 cents a day, basically, to participate in helping kids from all over the district. Now that isn't just the city or Summit, that's a little bit of Leone, a little bit of Blackman. If you have a home within the Jackson Public School District, you're eligible to vote on this millage. So as Aaron was saying, I think is a really good point. It does come up as a Jackson Public School recreation and playground millage. And the reason that is, in 1930s, there was a community recreation program through the schools. And in early 1940s, the schools in the city met and said, hey, why don't we have a Parks and Recreation department? This would be amazing. So we established that, and then after a few years, in 1960, they were like, let's get a millage going so we can do more for youth. And I think if we're not doing stuff for youth and teens and seniors, what are we doing? And I think this really provides, that's why I've been here this long. I've been in the city for 27 years. I'm going to be here the rest of my life. I love it. I love the opportunities my family had and others. Going out to soccer. I was almost at every soccer Saturday this year. It was the best. Just walking around. The best part was seeing people that I knew, seeing people that coached that were grandparents watching their kids, grandkids play, watching people that are like Mrs. Davy, Tommy Davy's mom, Karen Davy, was like, best thing that ever happened to my kids. It was the first job experience they ever had that put them in the right space to go for the next thing. Her grandkids are playing. Her son Tommy is coaching. That's exactly what we want from our community. Is our community taking care of our community, and our community saying, "Hey, I know the Jackson Rec Department. I know what they offer. I know they do their good stewardship of the money that they get." And we're really excited what more we can do. It is a little bit of an increase. This is the highest we'll probably ever go. This is every 10 years. So you won't see us again for 10 years. So hopefully another 10 years will be like, wow, that was amazing, all these new things and things that we're doing. One of the major things and one of the increases and why we're into this is that we want to make sure we're paying people fair wages too. It's important, that these high school and college students are making some money that they deserve working in our programs, whether it's the King Center summer program, whether it's roughing a soccer game or scorekeeping at basketball. These are important things to be had.
That's why Tommy Davy has turned out to be the fine young man he is.
I credit it all to working at the rec department.
Let's talk absentee ballots. We're probably going to see a record number of those this year, Aaron. How do people get an absentee ballot?
You can request one from the city clerk's office, or if you live outside the city, go to your township or your own city clerk office or township clerk, and you can request an absentee ballot. And you can also get on a list, so you don't have to apply for it every year, so then a ballot gets sent to you. But I believe absentee ballots are going out as we speak, and then they'll have to be back on election day. And then also, we're going to have early voting. That's going to start in late July as well. So we have early voting for federal and state elections, and since there's a primary in the mix, we have early voting. So going to be lots of opportunities to vote on the millage, whether it's in person on election day, which is Tuesday, August 6th, or you can do the absentee ballot or the early voting. So definitely lots of options.
Yeah, it's amazing what the Jackson Rec Department provides this community, provides families and kids. For some kids, it's really the only thing they have outside of their house or school, just to put it bluntly. And for a lot of kids, it's the first time that they're interacting with kids outside of their own school or their own family. So it's important, very important.
I think what you just said is one of the most important things I like about it. You might be on a soccer team with a kid from another school that you never met before that might be your best friend for life. I think that's what makes Jackson great, is that you get to have those opportunities. And I think what's really important is that the recreation department, I believe and feel is thought of fondly in that sense, that you have these opportunities. That's the stuff that's in jeopardy. Like, that's the stuff either will be so expensive that only a few will be able to participate or might not have to exist. One of the things that we've really been conscientious of and working really hard, having a varsity coach in my home, we have lots of conversations each day about sports and things like that. And one of the things that we're seeing, because things have changed so much in the school system, when we all went to school, I think we had gym every day, or like at least more than once a week. And now it's once a week, but if you're like on a Monday, and Mondays are often, for different holidays, you're not having those exposure to sports. Unless your family's into a certain sport, you might be like, hey, like my family really likes hockey, I'm gonna be into hockey, But I think that we're finding kids coming into the middle school and high school that have not had exposure at some level. So now we're doing e-games, and we're doing volleyball and pickleball and disc golf, like trying to meet so that you can try anything you want to as a youth to see what you like. And working with local really great coaches and people in the community, it makes that really shine and be even better.
Yeah, and it's not just kids, as you mentioned. It's all ages, a lot of seniors programs. We've got camps this summer. We've got really just everyone in the district. There's something for through the recreation program.
And I think I think it's a home. I think it's a generational home. I think that everybody can be in their own families, similar to yourselves, are 3 or 4 generation deep into the park, or more, into the Parks and Recreation Department. You see people in the community, like Marty Griffin was a Kiwanis playground leader back in the day. Everybody could say, oh, I did this at the rec department, or, every time I see Bobby Rozak or somebody, they're always like, oh yeah, when we worked in the Parks Department. So everybody talks about like, oh, I remember this. We're weirdly a set of people that get married. I don't know what that's about. I bet Chris in the rec department, Andy met Angela.
That's funny.
That story goes on and on and on about people that meet like in high school and college and end up marrying each other.
Yeah,
so I think there should be like it's not a dating service, but my goodness, it happens because of like-minded. You care about the community, you care about what you're doing. So I think I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't say anything other than I think you should vote yes on this millage. I think it's important for our community. If this doesn't exist, I don't know what we're doing.
All right. Well, we've got a few weeks. Everybody can check out more information on your website, jacksonrecmillage.org. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for
Yes.
having us.
Thank you both.
We have a Facebook page as well.
Great. They are here today as community citizens, Kelli Hoover and Aaron Dimick. More of the morning show after this.